Okay, this is The Light in the Darkness, which is apparently a free game on PlayStation Network that I'm told is full of emotions. We got a title screen where there appears to be a boy with a, oh, this is, well, a boy with his dog or fox in front of a tree, and he has the Jewish star, like Holocaust. Starting the game. No, I don't have a previous save. July 6th, 1938. With Nazi Germany annexing Austria, President Franklin D. Roosevelt proposed an international conference to meet and come up with a solution for the growing number of Jewish refugees fleeing the Third Reich. Although Roosevelt was not in attendance himself, representatives from 23 countries, 6 small European democratic nations, the Latin American nations, Australia, and New Zealand all met in Evian, France from July 6th through July 15th, 1838 to discuss admission of refugees. Aside from the Dominican Republic agreeing to take in refugees for huge amounts of money, none of the countries would budge and a solution was never established. March 1939. Moses. Samuel, hurry up! You don't want to be late! Yes, Papa! We must be Samuel, yes. We're in a bedroom, and a couple of beds. Another room. There's a menorah, a table, there's mother and father. Bluma. Don't forget your homework! I said it right over there on the table! Now the sound is going to be part of the actual recording. I'm testing streaming while recording. The audio is coming through my headset. And not the TV, and the mic is picking up. Talking to father. Come along, I need to open the shop soon. Okay, I guess we just walk outside. The both parents follow. Why is the child leaving? Go downstairs. The door is open. I assume it's like an apartment building. Directed by Luc Bernard. I don't know where your shop is. Cutscene by Chantal Paz. Story by Luc Bernard and Lexi Graves. Programming by Dmitry Kolchin. We're just walking down the street. Animation by Chantal Paz. 3D artist David North. Bhumi Patel. Concept art Luc Bernard. Oh, the names are too fast. We'll just keep walking. If I'm walking wrong, I could have gone left or right. Chapellery. Oh, we're in France. I'm Eric de Chapeau? Chapeau? Okay, we must be. Have a good day at school. I will, Papa! And we leave the father at his store. Jacques Adit. Says, hello Samuel, we're playing Jacques Adit. Do you want to play? Yes, you don't remember how. Don't remember how. Don't remember how. It's easy. All you have to do is listen to what I tell you to do and do it. Only if I say Jacques Adit first, I'll be Jacques. Ready? Oh, it's like Simon Says. Touch your head. Oh, she didn't say it. Great job. Okay, next one. Thinking. Touch your nose. But you didn't say Jacques Adit. Great job. Okay, next one. Touch your ear. Oh, one of the boys touched their ears. Touch your head. It keeps increasing my wing counter. So it's not like she just suddenly saying it and not hearing it. 4 wins. Jacques Adit, touch your nose. Oh. Okay, where's the touch your nose button? Touch nose. Why isn't she calling out the other boys for failing? Xander says, that was so much fun, but I have to get to my parents' shop. See you tomorrow. Bye. There's the girl. Okay, cool. Apparently I don't. Oh, I'm on the street. Okay, oh, my father's shop is literally just cool. The shop. Father, would you mind giving me a hand and help Mr. Grosjean while I finish up here? Yes, Papa! What does he want? Mr. Grosjean says, hello Samuel, I'm looking for a blue tie. A little something for my Easter outfit. Do you think you can find one for me? Yes, sir. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, mother sewed them. Suit coat. So far, it's the only thing I could interact with. Maybe it is a blue tie. Oh no, this won't do. I'm looking for a blue tie. Yeah, okay. What am I missing? Why is the father just still just standing there talking to the guy instead of like, I don't know, giving a tie? Oh wait, I think I see a blue tie on the counter next to the mother, whose name I forget. Yes. be the sharpest man in church. Thank you. Anything else we can help you with? I'll just take the tie for today. Thank you. Okay. Well, I can talk to Father. Head on home and get ready for dinner while I close up the shop. Okie dokie. Oh, but he didn't say Shakadit. The letter from Poland. Oh, now I'm the mother, and someone's knocking on the door. Someone named Marie enters. Mrs. Abramovich, a letter arrived from you from Poland. Sometimes reading is hard. Bluma says, oh, that's Bluma. Oh, from my mother! Thank you, Marie! Do you know what your family will do if Germany starts a war with Poland? I'm not sure. Would you mind watching Samuel for a minute? I need to help Moses close the shop. Of course. Marie enters, and I guess we leave. And I apparently can't look at the letter yet, but maybe she's waiting to read it until she's with her husband. Moses and Bluma knows how to run. Moves much faster than Samuel. That's all sorts of things. People at the cafe. Oh, there's Moses, chilling in the shop. He adjusts his tie. Bluma, what's wrong? Did something happen? It's a letter from Poland! My parents have fled! They have not disclosed their location in case the letter got intercepted! It says they will send another letter when it's safe! Moses, what if another letter never comes? What if they get caught? She's clearly upset. The text boxes are moving quickly, but now they're not. Was I bumping something? Nope. Okay. We can't think like that. Your mother and father are some of the smartest and clearly the bravest people I've ever met. They will make it through this, and we will see them again soon. I hope you're right, Moses. The Jew Among Thorns. So, how was school, Samuel? It was good, Papa. That's good to hear. Did you learn anything new? I did. Today we read a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. That's wonderful. I know how much you love stories. Of course, Brothers Grimm. I know all those tales. Which story was it? Oh, so there was a servant who was leaving his job and he was given 3 coins. As he was traveling to find new work, he met a dwarf who asked him for one of his coins because the young servant could work for more coins and the old dwarf could not. The boy agrees and gives him a coin. To say thanks, the dwarf offers him 3 wishes. He wishes for a gun that will always hit its target, a fiddle that makes everyone dance when he plays it, and the power to have all his requests followed. Dang, those are some strong wishes. He gets all his wishes and keeps going. Soon he comes across a fat man with a big nose and a long beard who he says he wants a bird singing in the trees. So the servant shoots it for him and it falls into a bunch of thorns. The man walks into the thorns to get the bird when the servant starts playing his fiddle. The man danced in the bushes, getting all scratched up and tattered, and begs the servant to stop. But the servant keeps making him dance, saying it was because his people own lots of slaves, and the thorn bushes are punishing him. That's enough. Moses, don't be so harsh. It's just a story. He doesn't know any better. What's the moral of the story? No, Bluma. He needs to learn that this propaganda is not right. Did I say something wrong? No, you didn't, Samuel. You're not in trouble. There's no use upsetting the boy. He doesn't understand. My choices are send him away or teach him. Son, you need to understand that not everything is what it seems. Sometimes it isn't just a story. Sometimes it's a way to try and get people to feel a certain way about a group of people. Moses, he's just a boy! This affects him too. He needs to know what is going on out there. What he needs is to be a child as long as possible and not worry about things like this. Things like what? Samuel, please go to your room. I need to speak with your father alone. That wasn't exactly what I thought was going to happen by choosing teach him. That would be a little more direct. Samuel is sad walking back to his room. But presumably it's a room he shares with his parents. He gets onto his bed. Moses walks in. Sits on his bed. Samuel, I need you to understand that there are people out there who want to hurt Jews just because they are Jewish. And sometimes they use mean pictures and sometimes stories like the one you learned about today to convince people that Jews are bad people. I have something for you. Pulls out a book. I know how much you like fairy tales and foxes, so I got you this book about a brave fox called Reynard. He was my favorite when I was a boy. I love it! Thank you, Papa! May 1939. When does Hitler invade Poland? I know it's in 1939. Look, Samuel, spring! The beautiful beginning, bringing new life. Moses and Samuel are walking down the street. And a time of renewal. Do you know what the Yiddish word for blossom is? It's Bluma. Hey, that's Mom's name. Oh, so it's Bluma, just like Mother's name. Exactly. Blossoms are a promise of new beginnings. No matter what happens, spring always comes, and with it, hope. September 1st, 1939. Radio announcer. The Polish troops are fighting back against the Germans, but they are overwhelmed. Danzig has been taken by the Reich. Nazis have bombed Warsaw and Krakow. Maman, that's where Grandma and Grandpa are. They're in Krakow. Listen to me. Your Softa and Bruma are very smart people. They will be all right. I'm sure they escaped in time, and they have already fled to the countryside. Radio announcer says, chaos is everywhere. The worried citizens are fleeing. The British and French have issued Germany an ultimatum. Withdraw or they will attack. Marie says, France will see Bosch off. You'll see we won the Great War. There's another man with me. Marcel, the Germans are cowards. Vive la France! Vive la France! That'll be all right. Why don't you go back to your room and read your book for a while? I'll be in shortly to tuck you in. Yes, Mama. Samuel gets in bed, starts reading his book. May 10th, 1940. We are just time jumping all over. Oh, we're getting like some real footage of smoke from like giant towers of smoke. De la France. The Nazis have taken at least a meaningful part of the France. How come they took a lot of France? July 1940. Back in the apartment, Samuel's looking out the window. There are people loading up their vehicles. I assume leaving before the Nazis can come to this town. Samuel, come away from the window! Now! Mom, why is everyone leaving? Samuel, you have to understand, it's a very scary time for Jewish people. We are all afraid that something bad will happen, and so many Jews are fleeing to friends and family and other places that might be safe. Are we going to flee? No, we are going to be brave and stay right here. But aren't you afraid? Of course I'm afraid, but that doesn't mean I'm not brave. Can you be brave with me, Samuel? Yes, Maman. That's a good boy, Samuel. Now run along and get ready for bed. As you can tell, my French accent is impeccable. It's not safe. We have nowhere to go. Moses, we're as good as dead if we stay here. What choice do we have? Samuel's listening in. There has to be somewhere. What about the UK? Or we could go to America. You know that won't work. They're denying us by the thousands and finding any excuse to turn us away, going as far as to label us spies. It's best that we stay right here where it's safe, rather than risk being caught, or at the very least becoming homeless with no place to go. I'm not letting my son live on the streets just because you're paranoid. Building Reynard. The fox? Finally done putting together the finishing touches on Samuel's toy fox. There's been so much going on lately, and Samuel has really been losing himself in the book I gave him. So I figured he could use a friend. Who are you talking to? Just expositioning to no one? In your shop? Yep. Okay. Now, let's see, where do we start? I suppose we should start with the body. Okay, so we got like some box pieces. Where's the body? Are you the body? You must be. Okay. Oh, excellent. I have no idea about it. Now that we have the body, let's attach the head. Great, now where did that tail go? Okay, front paws first. Yeah. Let's give him back paws. He's perfect. Better than I expected. Samuel will love this. In comes Samuel with the shop. Ah, my son, just the boy I wanted to see. Now tell me, have you been enjoying the book I gave you? I have, Papa. Reynard is so much fun and so brave. He is. You're absolutely right. I've been enjoying it so much. I've read almost 3 times now. It's my favorite. Which is why I made you this. Here's the fox. The toy fox. You made me Reynard. I love it so much. Thank you, Papa. Everywhere with me. You should. There are some scary things going on in the world right now. But whatever happens, happen. Reynard will protect you. You just have to try. Oh, with Reynard with me, I'm not afraid of anything. That's good to hear. Although I can imagine your mother will become pretty scary. And it cut out. May 1st, 1941. Someone knocking on the door, and now I'm playing as Moses. Oh, Bernard, my oldest friend. I haven't seen you at the temple for quite some time. I was beginning to get worried about you. Where have you been? Oh, Moses, bon ami, I've done it. I've really done it this time. What do you mean? What have you done? Bernard comes in. And takes a seat. Do I sit at the other chair? Oh, there we go. I found her! I found the one! You always think you found the one. Oh, nonsense! I was a fool before. Moses, she's brilliant and beautiful and unlike any woman I have ever met. She sounds like a fantastic shiksa. Did you meet her at temple? See, that's the thing. She's a Christian. I see. You're not thinking of converting, are you? It's really important to her and her family, and you know me, I've never been terribly religious. Yes, but it would break your poor mother's heart if she were alive. I understand, but perhaps she will see how happy this woman makes me, and how amore I'm with her, and she would support me. I can see you're upset, but like I said, I was never a particularly devout Jew. In fact, I never really considered myself very Jewish in the first place. I see myself as French first and foremost. I'm just worried about you is all, Jewish or not. You've always been like a brother to me since we met. If this woman is as amazing as you say, I will support you. I appreciate it, my brother. We must plan for a day for her to meet your wonderful family. Speaking of family, where is that nephew of mine you keep hidden away in that dusty old shop of yours? Well, that might be him right now. Someone else at the door? Oh, afternoon, officer. What can I do for you? Afternoon. Are you Mr. Abramovich? I am. Is there a problem? I have a letter stating you must appear at the... oh boy. Caserne Napoleon to examine your situation. Have a good day. It's a letter written in French. One moment, officer. I don't understand. Have I done something wrong? No, sir. We are evaluating immigrant status. It's simply protocol. Excuse me. Immigrant? What is that about? Is everything okay? I'm not sure. What's that he gave you? You're being summoned to do what? You must appear because you're a Polish immigrant. You're French now, as French as I am. This is outrageous. You're not thinking of going, are you? I'm not sure. I am a law-abiding citizen, and this is an official order. If I don't go, the consequences may be dire. I don't think I have any other options. It states you must bring a friend, if you'd like. I'd be more than happy to accompany you. Perhaps I can speak with someone and get to the bottom of this once and for all. I appreciate the offer, but it's probably nothing. I'll just have Bluma go with me. You have a wonderful wife, Moses. Why don't I bring over my future bride to meet her when this all blows over? Bernard, you poor schlup. Bring her over. We would love to meet her. The law of October 3rd, 1940 on the status of Jews was a law enacted by France. The law was signed one day before the law regarding foreign nationals of the Jewish race, which marked the beginning of Vichy France's collaboration with Nazi Germany for the extermination of the Jewish race. And there's a piece of paper with notes on it written in French. May 14th, 1941. I'm sure it's a simple formality. There is nothing more here. I don't know, Moses. Something just doesn't seem right. The paper reads Mr. Abramovich is invited to present himself in person, accompanied by one member of his family or by one friend, at 7 in the morning on May 14, 1941 for an examination of his situation. He is asked to provide identification. Those who do not present themselves on the set day and hour are liable for the most severe sanctions. This doesn't sound like a formality. I just don't see how you don't find this suspicious. Maybe you're right, but if I don't go, I will be in a lot of trouble. We really should leave. I don't want to be late. Street level, other people, police officers, walking around the queue. I am Moses Abramovich, here to report for my examination. The police officer says, wait in here and stand by for further instructions. You, take this. You are to run home and gather these items and return them as soon as possible. Why? Is my husband going somewhere? I am not at liberty to say. Next! Okay. Puma on running back to the house to a bowl, a cup, food box, food stamps, towel, blankets, sheets. Where are those? Oh, there's a food box. I see. Nope. There's a bowl. back.
What is this about?
We are holding him to review the situation. This is standard procedure. Return home. He will be in contact with you shortly. Photo from the Green Ticket Roundup, the first mass arrest of Jews by Vichy, France. There's just like a line with a bunch of people and some police officers. Train to Pithiviers? There's Moses with a suitcase, I suppose, getting on this train. Discussing it. There's no actual written text for what they're saying. And now we're in a room with bunk beds. Photo from the German Federal Archive. Jewish men arriving at the Pithiviers transit camp in France. It looks just like the scene they built. The Last Letter. Someone's knocking on the door of the apartment. Someone is sad walking to it. The music they did. The door. Oh, it's Marie.
Oh, Marie, is there something wrong?
Would you mind if I came in?
Of course. Can I get you anything?
No, that's all right. I just wanted to bring you this. It was a letter.
It says they fled again and they've been trying to seek refuge in the U.S. and other countries and were denied.
Man, so not only, it was a whole failing of everybody. Even after Hitler was rolling through countries. Wow.
They won't tell me where they're going, but they said because France still has diplomatic relations with the U.S., they're going to travel to a small village in France to try and secure a U.S. visa and suggest we do the same while we still can.
Bluma, I wouldn't worry too much about your parents. They seem like a smart, determined pair. I'm sure they will get to their destination just fine, and they will send word when they're safe. But I do think you and Samuel should get visas and try to meet them in the U.S.
I can't flee, not without Moses. I can't just leave him.
Listen to me. You can't be worrying about your parents or your husband at a time like this. The way things are going, the only thing you should be worrying about is safety and the well-being of your son.
You think I'm not worrying about the well-being of my son? Marie, what if they catch wind that Samuel and I are trying to get a visa to the U.S. and they show up tomorrow and take us away? Let's say, by some miracle, we do get visas. Then what? We get on a boat and sail to America just to get turned away?
It's better than staying here like sitting ducks and handing your son over to the Vichy government.
Marie, I appreciate your advice, I really do. But I need to go open up the shop now. Excuse me.
July 1941.
Samuel, you need to leave. I don't want us to be late.
Yes, Mama.
Don't forget your homework, son. I left it on the table for you.
person I've seen on the streets I mean that in the idea that my brain is percolating of all my opinions. Yeah, and then the German soldier, Nazi soldier, Nazi officer, and table outside the cafe. Oh hey, no, it's the dude who bought the blue tie. Mr. Grudge. Luma, how are you holding up?
Oh, Mr. Grosjean, it's been tough, but I'm managing. Thank you for asking. I'm just taking Samuel to school before I come back and open the shop. If you'd like to come back a little later.
Well, I don't think that would be necessary.
Oh, it's not an issue at all. I'll go quickly. It'll only be a minute.
That's not what I mean. I'm here to talk to you about this. There's a sign in front of you. I've come to inform you that I've applied to be the temporary administrator of your establishment.
I don't understand.
To put it bluntly, Jews can't be trusted with businesses anymore, so I'm here to tell you I'll be taking over your store.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. You're our best customer. Moses thought of you as a friend.
Which I thought would make this all easier for you. You know how much I've always loved this store. It should be a comfort knowing that I'm going to take good care of it. You've got your hands full as it is, and I'm sure you don't want to get yourself into trouble.
How dare you take advantage of a poor Jewish family who's never been anything but kind to you?
It's not my decision, Lula. It's just the law.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Good day, Mr. Grosjean.
Packing up the shop. Back in the apartment, Marie is helping Lula. Marie says, first they take away your husband and now your business? This isn't right.
If we cooperate, they have no reason to come after us.
Tell that to Moses. There's a food shortage as it is. Your ration stores are almost gone. Without income, you can't even buy meat on the black market. How are you going to feed your son, Lula? You can't be so compliant.
What choice do I have, Marie? I'm all alone. I'm doing the best I can with what I have.
It will be okay. You will find a way. You can always sew from home. People always need a seamstress, even in times like these, I'm sure. At least this way you get to spend more time at home with little Samuel. In walks Bernard. She's gone! I can't believe the love of my life left me! Bernard. I gave her everything, and I converted for her, as she told me she wanted nothing to do with me, all because I was Jewish. My poor dead mother. Bernard! After everything we've been through, the 2 whole weeks of bliss. God, read the room. Bernard! Now is not the time to be blubbering on about whatever girl you somehow convinced to put up with your nonsense this week. They've taken Moses, and now the shop has been destroyed and taken away. Taken Moses? Taken Moses where? Well, if you would spend more time paying attention to what's going on in the world instead of chasing every woman who gives you the time of day, you would know the police took Moses and many other Jewish men and shipped them off to camps. But how? Why? Who knows at this point? I bet it has something to do with our fight against the Bosch. What will Bluma and Samuel do? I'm not sure. Lay low and wait for him to return, I suppose. What will you do if they come after you next? I have nothing to worry about. I'm French, and as of last week, a Christian. They have no reason to come after me. Bluma, is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, hello, Bernard. Marcel should be back any second. Would you see if there's anything he needs?
Marcel, I was told you needed some assistance. Man at the door. Have you met Marcel? Marcel says I could definitely use a hand back at the shop. Come with me. I sit down with Bernard. Following Marcel. And it's a different angle. So like before, the camera was from the street and you saw the buildings behind me. Now it's behind Bernard walking down the street. Which makes me think that there's going to be something happening on the street during this walk. My poor old back appreciates it, Bernard. This is the last of it. I just need to get a hand getting it all into the back of the truck. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the boxes. Can't seem to pick up any of the boxes. Do I just go to the truck? No. I can't interact with Marcel. Oh, I can interact in the back of the truck. Oh, it's like playing, what's that game called? Shoot. Emergent? No. Saver. It's like playing Saver. Where we're trying to fit all of the boxes onto a grid. But I can't. But I can't move ones that are already set. That seems like an interesting choice. Dang it! I keep not being able to tell when I'm not recording. There is Tetris music. No, I can't rotate. Pieces were coming, so like I could actually plan. Oh, I got them all. Let's space this very good. Marcel says that should just about do it. Thank you. Talk to Marcel. Bernard says, "Poor Bluma, first her husband and now her shop. She's a strong woman, but I'm afraid of what's to come. You better be careful too, Bernard." What do you mean? They won't bother me. I'm French, and I've converted. I am now a follower of Christ. I'm just worried about what's going on in the rest of the world. I've heard whisperings that converting isn't enough. Well, luckily, this isn't the rest of the world. This is France, and I am a proud Frenchman, and I have accepted Jesus Christ into my heart. I appreciate your concern, Marcel, but I will be fine. But I do have a favor to ask you. Yes? Will you watch out for Bluma for me? For Moses? Of course. And then Marcel goes and gets in the truck. Playground bullies. Oh, it's the same three kids. Oh, the sign says, Parc à jeux, réservé à enfants, interdit à juifs. I don't speak French. But I'm gonna say something about it's a park reserved for children. Just like you gotta talk to the girl from before. Samuel says, "Can I play with you?" You don't read the sign. Or sorry, the girl says, "Didn't you read the sign? You can't play here. Besides, my mother said I can't play with kids like you." But why not? I thought we were friends. Another boy says, "I can't be friends with you anymore either." But why? What did I do? My dad says I can't be friends with dirty Jews. But I'm not dirty. I thought we were all going to play at your house together today. The girl says, don't let him in your house. He'll probably steal all your things. Greedy Jew. Yeah, why would I let a rat like you into my house? You're not allowed here anymore. The rat can go play with his own kind. Goodness, people are the worst. Okay, so I guess we start leaving. Seems like a logical response. They're watching us leave. Oh. Hey, I can interact with the thing that says leave. Jacob. Oh, well, notice that, what do they call it? Transition cam? He's still wearing his suit. He's talking to people. Talking to Daniel says... Daniel says, my daughter was arrested and sent to a prison. Can you believe that? I'm so worried about her. They can ask, how did they catch her, and why was she arrested? And why was she arrested? Someone told the police she was a spy. Can you imagine? My sweet daughter, a spy. And Melech says, I'm so hungry for very innocent and alive. The food here is terrible, isn't it? The food is so terrible, I can't bear to have another bite. I mean, I assume we need to find it. Ezra says, when do you think they'll let us go home? Oh, poor sweet Ezra. Poor sweet Ezra. Baruch says, you wouldn't happen to have an extra blanket? Shoot. I'm afraid I don't. Why don't you have your wife send you? I haven't asked my wife to send me anything. I'm afraid they'll arrest me. Talking to guards. Oh, it's Jacob. I thought I saw two men escaping way over there. I think you better go check it out. The officer says, that's what you said yesterday. I realized this, but today I actually did. Wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry? If I were you, I would go make sure. Officers start heading away. There's gotta be some kind of floor, right? Moses! Jacob, I haven't seen you for quite some time. Where have you been? I tried to flee with my family. Where did you go? Well, not very far, I can tell you that much. One day when my wife was preparing supper, I had an impulse to bolt. I told my wife to drop what she was doing and put whatever she could into a bag and hopped on a train and left. Oh, Jacob, always so spontaneous. Where did you go? So, we stop in this small town in the countryside and befriend this old woman who allows us to stay with her for a little while. After a month of trying to locate family or gather up enough money to seek refuge in a different country, the woman politely asks us to leave. Then where did you go? That's the thing. We didn't have anywhere to go. We hopped on a train back home to our half-killed potatoes that were just as we left them. And well, a few days later, here we are. I'm so sorry, Jacob. Luma wanted to flee, but we had nowhere to go either, so we stayed. I wish I would have done the same, dragging my poor wife across bridge like some... It's always easier to look back and think of what we could have done, but the reality is you have to be the best man and the best husband you can be, and do what you think is right for your family. I hope that's enough. I just feel like I let her down. If you think about it, at the end of the day, Jacob, we're both in this godforsaken camp. Now let's grab some lunch before that policeman comes back. September 5th, 1941. Les Juifs et la France. Marie says, Jews in France, why do they need an entire exhibit for this? Paris says, I'm so glad I visited Les Juifs de France. Now I can identify Jews just by what I thought, but I should have known. Marie says, that's nonsense! think they can identify us by looking at these exaggerated stereotypes, but no one looks like that. Woman says, I want to win a bread card. I wait to win a bread card. Times are tough. Where's this exhibit? Cafe owner says, right on the exhibit wall, it said, the Jewish writer produces, launches, and sells books. Obviously, what else do you expect an author to do? Their baseless claims that we're tied to Bolshevism is laughable. Got it. So we're gonna set maybe now that I've talked to everybody I can. Oh, I can leave. Les Jeux Fêtes la France was an anti-Semitic propaganda exhibition that took place in Paris, funded by the Nazi Propaganda Office. The intent was to portray Jews as polluting French society, controlling the media, and responsible for Marxism and all the ills of society. It was also presented as a public service announcement to help French people recognize Jews by their physical appearance. May 1942. Okay, so the U.S. has now entered the war. Want that on my clothes. The kids already make fun of me, and now I'm going to stand out. Marie says, it's the law. You can't break the law. But why do they want us to land them at all?
Well, Samuel, they want to be able to identify us right away.
But why?
No more questions now. Be a dear and run to grab my clothes from the other room. There's my favorite little helper.
Come on, Samuel, I'll give you a hand. I know you're confused right now, Samuel, but your mother is going through a very rough time right now. Love her than you can imagine. I need you to do me a big favor and listen to her the best you can. Alright, now be a dear and run this to your mother while I gather more clothes, will you? Bernard, the babysitter.
thank you so much for coming at such short notice, Bernard. I just really need this job Marie found for me.
Of course. You don't think I would miss the chance to hang out with Mon Petit Ami?
I really have to go. Samuel, be a good... I really have to go. Samuel, be good for Bernard, okay? I'll be back soon. He's been really down lately. He barely eats and he rarely speaks. All he wants to do is read that book of his with his toy fox. I'm really worried. Maybe you could have a talk with him?
I'll see what I can do. Not even a bonjour for old Bernard?
Oh, hi Bernard. Sorry, I was reading.
What have you got there? Renard, huh? And what's this about? It's about a very brave fox who goes on heroic adventures. I see. And these? That's Renard. Papa made it for me. He said it would protect me. What's wrong, mon petit champion? I wish Papa would come home. I do too, Samuel. It's okay to be sad sometimes. Even I get sad. But you know what I do? Well, I march myself down to the cafe and I wait for a beautiful girl to walk by. And I walk right up to her and I say, "Hello, I am Bernard. May I buy you a cafe?" You, girl. Haha, okay. You think that now? You just wait till you meet the girl who makes your heart pound so hard you pray she can't hear it. And everything suddenly falls into place. And the world just seems brighter. And you realize the day you can finally marry her may not come soon enough. Why aren't you married, Bernard? Oh, my boy, love is so much more complicated than that. Sometimes you meet the one who makes you feel like you can't live without them. And suddenly, you have to learn how. Well, it's getting late. What say you and I cook a nice hot dinner? The debate. Is this Jacob? Or Moses? Laying on the bed. The bunk bed. That's Jacob. Moses, are you awake? I am now. When we get out of here, are you going to take your family to Zion? I don't think so. In my opinion, France is the safest place for us. After being rounded up and forced to work in this gosh-forsaken camp, how can you sit there and pretend that France is a safe haven for Jews? I don't want to debate with you right now, Chico. I'm not looking for a debate. I'm looking for comfort. I want to know that my friend and his family are going to be safe. France has welcomed Jews since Napoleon. Napoleon despised us. So you do want a debate? There is no debate about it. Everything he did was for political gain. He gave us equality when all other nations seek to oppress us. He cared about Jews, just as France does. Oh, interesting. Calling us the most despicable of mankind isn't caring, and neither is shipping us off to camps, for that matter. This is just war, Jacob. You are young. You will learn. It's not just war, Moses. Look at Dreyfus. He was loyal to France from the beginning, and then he was blamed for crimes he didn't commit and thrown on some island to rot for 5 years. All because being a Jew was an easy target. You don't get away with something like that unless there's some deep-seated anti-Semitism. But then what did he do? Once he was pardoned, he re-enlisted and fought for his country when they needed him most. This is a great nation founded on the principles of freedom and equality. freedom and equality, the fact that we're in here while they're out there speaks volumes. Bernard and the Nazis. Oh boy. Bernard walking down the street. Seeing a bunch of people down the street. Maybe we should avoid them, but I don't think we can avoid them. The Nazis said, "What do you think you're doing?" The same thing I do every day. Sit in the cafe until lunch and have myself a sausage. Now let me ask you the same question. What are you doing here? You think you're funny? How about you leave the cafe because we don't want you here? How about you leave the country because the French people don't want you here? It's hard to believe like you are taking over the world. People like you. I have very little interest in such things. My only concern right now is indulging in a warm cafe. Now, if you'll excuse me. The cafe owner says, they're right, you know. It's all here in this book. Book says protocols. Your kind is pursuing world domination. Are you insane? What exactly do you mean by your kind? I mean a Jew, of course. It's right there on your shirt. That's where you're wrong, Monomi. This is all a misunderstanding. I am a Christian. Even without the yellow star, I know a Jew when I see one. Well, I think you need to get your eyes checked. You can ask anyone. I am as French as they come. I wouldn't come here to enjoy a saucisson every day if I was Jewish. Now, would I? Absurdity! You can't believe anything he says. The Jew is trying to trick us, but thanks to this book, he will soon be exposed. If you actually believe this propaganda, then you are more gullible than this cloak. Lucky for you, I seem to have lost my appetite. Hitler, literally trying to take over the world, because it doesn't target them. That's all I can think is the only reason that there is just propaganda. So powerful. People are so stupid. People are so stupid. I can't. People are so stupid. Oh boy. Okay. Wow. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion is one of the most notorious anti-Semitic book of modern times. It was first published in Russia in 1903. In 1920, Henry Ford. Of course, it was Henry Ford. Of course. In 1920, Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, published a series of articles based on the Protocols. The International Jew. Adolf Hitler and Joseph Goebbels praised Ford and the International Jew. On Henry Ford's 75th birthday, he received the Grand Cross of the German Eagle, the highest Nazi award to a foreigner. Of course he did. Baldur von Schirach testified at the Nuremberg war crime trials, saying he became an anti-Semite after he read The International Jew in German. He was found guilty of crimes against humanity for helping send thousands of Viennese Jews to their deaths. According to the Nuremberg race laws, someone with 3 or 4 Jewish grandparents was considered a Jew. I don't know this word. Mischling were considered mixed-race people. A Mischling was neither German or Jewish. They were people with 1 or 2 Jewish grandparents. Mischlings were not allowed to marry Germans and mix races. The Nazi Party promised when they would come to power that only racially pure Germans would have German citizenship. On August 17th, 1938, the German government set name requirements for Jews in Germany. Only Jews could be given Jewish names. The parents had to choose from a government-approved list. If a Jew did not have a name from that list, they must add an additional first name. Israel for men and Sarah for women. Of course. Just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Whew, okay. All right. Okay. Massoud from Algeria. Apartment.
Who could that be at this hour? Bernard, is everything okay? Any word from Moses?
Unfortunately not, ma chérie, but I was hoping we could have a chat.
Of course, please come in. It's so late. Little Samuel has already gone to bed. Is there something wrong?
I'm not sure. You see, most of my life I practiced Judaism because I knew it would make my dear mother happy. But since Ma Mère has passed, I saw no reason to return.
Yes, I heard from Moses. He was tremendously opposed at first, but he came around to the idea. I'm so sorry to hear she happened to win.
I feel like there's a line listed there. It's not even that. When I converted, I felt so free and safe. Not only could I eat saucisson without guilt, but I felt like I would be free and clear of all this persecution. I was no longer sitting at home worrying the police would barge in and arrest me. But now I feel the same, if not worse. Ma Bichette left me. My best friend has been taken away. Everyone is treating me as if I were Jewish, saying awful things, cheering in my direction, and worst of all,
What is it, Bernard?
I am banned from the cafe.
I feel like being banned from the cafe isn't necessarily the worst part, but I'm sorry you feel like your world is being turned upside down.
Forgive me. I am so self-centered and such an imbecile, crying over my own problems when I came to alleviate some of yours. I brought you some of my ration cards, and as you can probably gather, I haven't had much of an appetite lately.
Oh, Bernard, I really can't.
Absolutely. I insist, and in any case, I want to make sure you and that growing boy of yours is eating. The boy has a listen to me, Luma. You are such a strong woman, a loyal wife, and an amazing mother. You remind me of my own, kind and so resilient to the very end. I was so lost without her, which is why I moved to France after she passed.
But I thought you were.
French? I am. But I was given French citizenship while I was living in Algeria. After witnessing the horrors that took place during the Constantine riots, Algeria never felt safe to me. But still, I stayed, knowing what leaving home would do to my mother. I sat Shiva, and then I packed my bags, changed my name from Massoud to Bernard, and embraced this beautiful country as my home. I just never knew that this beautiful country would turn on me too. Well, I've talked your ear off enough. I better get home.
Bernard, are you sure you're feeling well enough to walk home? You're worrying me.
Don't worry about me. They can take my rights, but they can't take my sauces. Some kind of pastry. Convoy 4 of June 25th, 1942. There's a train. It's the shove them in the boxcar style trains. I've never seen the text of this. Yeah, they're just packing people in. Moses and Jacob are deported to Auschwitz. They do not survive. Val d'Have Roundup, July 16th, 1942. There's trucks moving, re-sitting. Police officers enter the building. There's more trucks moving around. Marie goes up the stairs. She's saying something. I think she's trying to warn people. They arrest her. People are yelling in the streets, but almost in a way that they're glad Jews are being rounded up. Luma is just sitting in her apartment. Police officers presumably outside the door. Open the door. Say something to her. Oh yeah, she never had a stomach. Cut to somewhere, but I don't know what it's showing. Convoy 13 of July 31st, 1942. We're at the transit camp, Samuel and Luma. Why do we have all our things, Maman? Are we leaving?
I think so, Samuel.
Where are we going?
I don't know. But be sure to stay close, okay? Whatever happens, don't let go of my hand.
Guard says, listen up. We're taking the women today and leaving the small children behind. Gross. Let's even people are shouting.
Samuel!
Shoving. Bluma is deported to Auschwitz. She does not survive. Convoy 14 of August 3rd, 1942. Daniel still has his fox toy. German officer drops his fox. And they're loading the children onto the trains now. Samuel is deported to Auschwitz. He does not survive. Around 77,000 Jews from France died in concentration camps, killing centers, and the majority at Auschwitz. I could read the last line. If the Holocaust wouldn't have happened, Moses and Bluma would have grown old together. Bernard would have eventually found the one and had a family. Samuel would have become a children's author. Six million lives were lost. Mothers that never got to become grandmothers, children that never got to grow up, families that are forever erased from history. Directed by Luke. Showing pictures of various children. Photos of the French child victims of the To forget would be not only dangerous but offensive. To forget the dead would be akin to killing them a second time. Elie Wiesel. Why do I know that name? I've heard it. Thank you to Ralph Baer for inventing video games. Ralph Baer was born in 1922 in Germany at age 14 and was expelled from school due to anti-Jewish legislation implemented by Nazi Germany. Baer's family, fearing increasing persecution, moved from Germany to New York City in 1938, 2 months before Kristallnacht. Baer, in 1966, while being an employee at Sony Associates, explored the possibility of playing games on television screens. In 1971, his invention was licensed to Magnavox, called the Magnavox Odyssey, and it was Okay.